let me see if I can explain why I'm going to do this quickly. I am going to take the bars of soap, the goat milk soap, and I am, although they're not that bad. It's not that at all. And the tester bar you saw, it's just great. It's very creamy and bubbly, and it's great. The reason why I'm going to rebatch this is because most of the bars came out with titanium dioxide spots with poor swirling or no swirls, little to no color. I also would like the general overall color to be a little bit lighter. It's a little bit too oatmeal color for me for making goat milk soap. So I am going to grate this up, and I'm going to grate it right into the crock pot because that is where it's going to go. It's going to go back in the element. It's going to go on low, and I'm going to add a little bit of liquid, probably some almond milk. I don't think I'm going to add more goat's milk. I'll probably add a little bit of, or you know what I might add? Maybe some aloe vera, maybe aloe vera juice. I'll let you know, but I'm going to grate all of these bars right back into the pot and put it on low with a little bit of liquid, and we're going to let it melt down, and that's how we're going to rebatch it. And so let me get this grated up into here. I'm just going to use the regular grater, some large, some small, it doesn't matter, just whatever gets it done. And it takes a while. You have to have a little patience, but it is worth it because it's also called French milling, I believe, when you do this, because you end up getting a much more dense soap that will last longer and not get so soggy so easily when it's in a soap dish, because that's what I really hate. Homemade soap likes to dry out in between uses. I guess all soap does, but particularly homemade soap that has a lot of emollients in it, a milk soap, things that are heavily super fatted with shea and argan oil, things like that. They like to be dried out in between uses. And so I'm going to grate this into here. I'll show you what that looks like after I get that done. We are one step closer to rebatching the goat milk soap. I have shredded it. I saved, let me see, about half a dozen bars because I did like the way they performed. So it's not the performance that I had an issue with, it was simply the design and the coloration. So it's not always a mistake that you need to rebatch for, sometimes it's just a preference. And so I mixed up the titanium dioxide because I want to lighten it. But first we have to melt down, I'm going to set this aside, we have to melt down the shredded fresh soap. I'm going to add just a little bit of, because this is fresh and it hasn't been sitting around for a long time, it's very soft, and it should be easier and smoother to melt. And so I'm going to add a little bit of aloe vera juice. Let's see, my hand, I'm sorry, I'm right-handed and I'm always in front of the camera. I know it. Just add a little bit to get it going. I'm going to put it on keep warm because I do not want to cook this soap. I've already cooked it. It's done. I just want to melt it down. And so we're going to let all this shredded melt down, and occasionally I will stir it. This is going to take a while, and so I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to check it about every 15 minutes and take my spatula and just turn it over, give it a little stir. I'm going to let it heat up first and bring you back once we've got it melted down. Then we'll add the titanium dioxide. Okay, let's take a peek at it. I'm going to dip my spoon in some hot water and just stir it a little bit. This is a milk soap, so we want to make sure we don't scorch it or anything. Right now it looks like a rather poorly made casserole. But as it continues to melt down, it'll start looking like just a very fluid soap batter. Okay, my spoons are going back in the hot water and plastic's going back on. And we wait. Okay, one eternity later, and it is melted down. All of the shreds are melted, and I don't want to let it go any longer since it is a milk soap. We don't want to overdo it. And so now I'm going to add in the titanium dioxide, and we will put it in this mold. We're going to use this one instead of the pink one that we originally used. So when I get this mixed in, then I'll show you. So thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every view, and I hope you enjoy the rebatch of Easy Goat Milk Soap. Thanks.